Well, the beds look very nice and comfortable, but most... أنا أحكي. It's early morning at the Castleton Youth Hostel, where Jamal and I are staying to tour the Peak District. The region gets its name from its first dwellers, the Pesatean, which means inhabitants of the peaks and hills, and dates back to the Dark Ages over 1,000 years ago. شوف الشمس. شوف هناك أكوى الجبال. لكن أظن أن هذا هو السبب ليش اسم هاي المنطقة Peak District، منطقة القمة بسبب هذول الجبال. شايف؟
منظر رائع جميل جدا.
وشوف هناك أكو قصر ثاني أيضا.
أتمنى إنه يكون في تاريخ يودي هناك. ممكن نكتشف بعدين.
هذا البيت كلش جميل.
حلو بين القديم والجديد، بس شوف الشمني مع أروعها في صفات.
It is difficult to book accommodation in advance when preparing a longer journey, as you can never be sure how far you will get each day. So little trips such as these practice the hunting skills for accommodation gems such as this youth hostel, preferably with a decent breakfast like this one.
شو بدك تسوي هلا؟ شو بدك تعمل؟
ممكن نروح أيضا على الجبل نشوف المنظر. ممكن نروح إلى القلعة ندخلها ونشوف شو هناك. وبعدين أكو مكان كلش جميل نص ساعة من هون والمنظر كلش جميل أيضا بدراجة. We meet up with our third rider, Mark Hewitt, who lives close by and who rides a Phaser 600 fitted with a GPS that can come in handy should our map reading skills desert us. It's time to make our way up to Castleton's main attraction, the Perivale Castle, which from atop a hill is to provide an excellent view over the town.
Small, isn't it? Thought it'd be bigger.
It's tiny.
Kind of say, I want my money back.
Getting old. I need to do some exercise.
Perivale Castle was built around 1066 and was the administrative centre of the region until 1610, when it started to lose importance. Brilliant view, huh? Castleton dates back to the 11th century. It is situated at the western end of the Hope Valley and is surrounded by steep hills. 1,200 people live here, catering for the needs of hikers and other holiday goers. The entire castle had a triangular shape and today is a Grade 1 listed building. Sorry, no access to lower floor of keep due to faulty lighting. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Good to let the place go, haven't we?
Too big.
I wonder how many people have walked on, when it was going back in time, you could wind it back, how many people have walked across here and lived here and had a life. It's awesome lives here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Loved and laughed.
It's your life.
Yeah.
I wonder what's in here. Bloody hell. Oh look, toilet! What do you reckon?
Somebody like looking up. Oh dear.
Well, at least it has fresh air. And there's another room here. Where does this lead to?
It's a naughty corner.
Yeah, Jamal is turning into our super cook. And wherever we go, he's always brought food with him and coffee and everything.
Normal coffee with milk.
So it's brilliant.
Castleton edition.
Empty.
I won't bother them. I like a man who can cook.
There's also a little exhibition displaying the art and armory of the time, and of course the compulsory gift and souvenir shop. Medieval English fire extinguishers.
scattered around many an English castle. But this one dates back to often a pig would spontaneously combust and obviously burn the castle down, which is unacceptable. So they decided to invent the fire extinguisher. This is what used to be the ancient throne, and people were obviously a lot smaller back in those days.
Yup.
And then they invented obviously the chair.
And that's the size comparison. That's for the people 500 years ago,
Yeah.
and that's for the people now.
Beautiful. And that's the medieval beanbag. Right.
After meeting and chatting to some of the locals, it's time to head out to the countryside, to the Cat and Fiddle pub, where there's an excellent viewing point of the Peak District scenery. We also check out the local delicatessen shops in search of the Bakewell pudding, the local dessert dish, which can only be found here, according to some internet sources. But sadly, even here, it is nowhere to be found, so I settle for the local Bakewell tart instead. So, summer's coming. It's nice and warm today, so it's time to take out the inner lining, as I'm feeling quite warm and hot almost. Is it in?
Something's in.
Yeah. What is it showing?
Down there, just there, up there, and that's it.
Oh. This trip is also a welcome opportunity to practice our filming skills and see which shots work best in editing. The scenery just kept getting more and more exciting until we were rewarded with an excellent view of the Peak District National Park near the Cat and Fiddle pub. My hunt for the Bakewell pudding goes on, but here too there is none available, which makes me question just how important a dish it is actually, and if locals consider it as much a delicacy as some internet pages do. Heading back towards Sheffield and the motorway to return home, we come across more amazing scenery with many lakes, and it becomes clear to us why this region attracts so many visitors. Hiking, swimming, sailing, you name it, it all can be done here in the Peak District. جميل هنا نعم؟
Wow. Speechless. I can't talk about it. Look.
It's absolutely beautiful here, isn't it? The lakes, everything. We've seen so much today. Lakes, mountains, brilliant place to come.
It's God's own country.
It's time to say goodbye to Mark, who lives close by, and thank him for showing us around. And of course, we have more picnic stops.
And as always, Jamal has the food and is the cook for the trip, so we won't go hungry. Bread. Thank you so much.
Organising another charity ride after our very successful London to Syria 2010 trip was a worthwhile experience during which we made new friends. This is the last of our short films about our trip preparations, during which we raised over £1,000 for UNICEF's Pakistan Flood Children's Appeal. Although we had initially planned to ride to Dubai, our destination had to be changed due to the situation in the Middle East and the high carne costs of the alternative route countries. We thank you for all your interest and support you have shown along the way, and by donating and caring for people in need in distant, less fortunate countries, together we have tried to make the world a bit of a better place to live in.